Welcome back, everybody. We are live on YouTube, X, and today we're live on TikTok as well. Also live on TikTok. Just checking in. We're going to talk about the markets, talk about what's going on, talk about coins. We'll go over all the coins in my portfolio, and then we'll see whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat. Let's first just set everything up. I've got new music today. The music is, apparently it's royalty free. No copyrights, so it's just going to be some lo-fi, hip-hop, whatever, to hopefully not get me copyright striked. And hopefully that's not too annoying. We will see what everyone's feeling. How's everybody doing in the chat? Anybody? Hey, Dixon Cider's in the house. Smash the like. Dixon, you are first, sir. Hello, what's up? Welcome back to all of the troopers, all the survivors. Still shilling our bags harder than ever at the low points. Pretty awesome. Always a pleasure to see you, bro. You too, Dixon. How you been? I've been good. Thanks, man. Hex Wizard, what's up, Coffee? How you doing, Hex Wizard? What's up, sir? Yeah, I'm here with you guys, streaming non-stop. 5 years. We're not fucking stopping. Down 99%. Come on, is that all you got? Knock on wood. Hey, love and peace. And Top Hat. Yes, my new favorite meme coin. Zero utility. At the moment. Could something happen in the future for Top Hat? Absolutely. But you can't just play all your cards right away. So, and also it's timing is everything when it comes to pumping your coin. If you want to really step on the gas pedal, it does make sense to kind of wait till the opportune time. You've seen the origin address, buy up Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, right? And what happens? It almost doesn't matter because in a bear market, everything's down. Everyone sells into your pump no matter what. So timing is everything, but we got plenty of time. Top Hat's on the back burner. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep charting it. It went up 10x in a day. And then, of course, like I predicted, it dipped, I don't know, 60, 70%. Could keep dipping because people are Jeets right now. There's a lot of Jeets behavior in the markets, regardless of where you go. We're going to talk about PulseChain coins, Solana stuff. Hopefully some new people are in. If you're not used to PulseChain, if you're new to this whole thing. Oh, this music is a little too much for me. Try this one. Alright. Krill says, I love Top Hat. Lol. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hey, to all the buyers that are just starting out this journey with me, all I gotta say is it's only the beginning. And, you know, for the people scared about the NFS wallet, well, why would somebody rug their own coin? We'll just leave it at that. And maybe there'll be a surprise in the future. Who knows? But Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, what's going on with the core coins? What's going on with Ethereum? We're still under $2,000. What the hell is going on? Can we please get above $2,000 Ethereum? I miss those days. You know, about this time last year, I think we were still higher, and it was pretty dark back then too. And Ethereum was like 2,400 though. Have I tried the new Banksa for onboarding? Says Ojars. The kind of disappointing thing about the Banksa integration is that like it didn't even list PLS. They're gonna get to it eventually. I'm not super crazy bullish on the Soil token, but Soil, I mean, Sun Mini Meal is a legit project. And the cool thing about the Sun Mini Meal token that I can say is that it's a legitimate company. So there's a company that's making like these nutrition bars, and they're allowing people to buy like their rewards token on the blockchain. And they're a German company, and they chose PulseChain as their primary blockchain of choice. So shout out to Hex Scouts. I don't know if like Crypto Sparbook guys were involved. All the Germans who helped get this thing going. It's great. I just would really prefer they list the Gateway Drug token, PLS, which apparently is in progress, and it might take another couple of weeks or maybe a couple months. It's great to have Banksa. Banksa is a fiat, basically a place you can just buy crypto. Buy it with your bank account. And the daily limits are high, like $20,000 daily limits. But for right now, it's like, it's really clunky to have to go onboard into some token you've never heard of to buy PLS in the first place. Like, you're going to buy Soil and then swap it for Pulse? Okay, sure. Fingers crossed that the actual PLS integration happens soon, but still got to give a shout out to all these guys for building and working so hard. Banks is nothing to laugh at, you know. Banks is a big deal when it comes to onboarding into crypto, getting your money into crypto. BANXA.com. No matter if you're in the EU, you got US dollars, you could be in Africa, you could be in Australia, like they're worldwide, and they're about to list PulseChain. It's bullish. Just sent over some dry powder whether or not to buy Hex PLS Top Hat. Well, look, Terry, here's how I feel about meme coins, right? Once you've got your core positions where you want them to be, I mean, Hex, I'd be looking at Hex and PLSX right now, but if you're good with that and you want something that might randomly explode just as a lottery ticket with potentially higher probability, because it's basically if you're bullish on me shilling my bags with all my followers and whatnot, then when the time is right, you might see some larger pumps in Top Hat. It might be months from now. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we have to wait, but a little moon bag, why not? Extra says, coffee, what's up, friend? Kirill says, soil will raise 1000x, but it takes 5 years, so I saw for Top Hat. Look, man, I don't know if soil will 1000x, but it's a legitimate company. I think it brings legitimacy and fresh eyeballs. Anytime there's a project building on a blockchain that's exposed to a new group of users, non-crypto native people, that is bullish. I mean, it's a partnership. It's a legitimate partnership. So let's hope that the fans of Sun Mini Meal Token onboard into PulseChain pretty quickly. I'll share my screen with you guys, and we're going to take a look at the core coins today. Hexscout.com, beautiful website. Look at this thing. Price chart, meh, not so beautiful. Unless you use log and you're counting from the very beginning. I was lucky enough to get into Hex in the first year. So we're about at where prices were 4 years ago, 2021. Hex is up. Hex is down 1%. PLS is up 1%. PLSX is up 1.8%. INC is up 3.3%. Not a very exciting day in crypto. Not a very exciting time. Kind of hard to launch anything, and it's really hard to build any hype at all. Even the social media feed lately has been pretty down, and not even down as in angry or depressed, down as in just bored, and we've got better shit to do because there's nothing to talk about. But of course, I'll find something to talk about. Let's take a look at deckscreener.com. Do you guys notice how the deckscreener.com page is always full of Solana coins on the front page? This is a LOL, fags token. Farting autistic gorilla shark. So Solana basically, they run the game when it comes to the meme coin pump and dump casino. All right, we can take a little fraction of that on PulseChain with our meme coins. We've got meme coins where people actually stick behind them. We've got, I think, more authentic meme coins, but take a page out of the playbook from Solana and just look at the stats on just the typical daily runners. I mean, of course, all of these are gonna, they're not even gonna like exist basically in a couple of weeks. But liquidity, 1.3 million, 1.7 million, 1.8 million. Like, how many of these coins in the top daily have over $1 million of liquidity? And if you look at the volume, 13 million, 6.7 million, like even the shittiest shitter of the day. I mean, Gork token, right? That's been the thing for the last week or two. Gork token is doing more volume than the entirety of PulseChain itself. So yes, a lot of that is bots. Okay, sure, but if you actually, it almost doesn't matter. Even if you drop that by 90%, the top 10 coins, let's say you cut all these volume metrics down 90%, and the top 10 coins are still doing more volume than all of PulseChain combined. So yeah, there's a lot of money out there to go get. I'm not saying, oh, wah, Solana is beating us. I'm saying, look at all that money out there. Look at all that volume. Look at all that potential that could flow in. Guys, if you're from Solana, you've built up your skills in the degen trench warrior game. Join the PulseChain trenches. You'll have a better chance. Again, bigger fish in a smaller pond. It's just crazy to me that like the daily shitter on Solana has more volume and there's more liquidity than like, you know, the entirety of PulseChain. Jimrat Crypto, what's going on, dude? Hey, good to see you, sir. I'm glad Jimrat is back. X and Spaces are spreading way more awareness than YouTube lately, IMO. That's cool. I mean, we're all biased, right? You're probably spending a lot of time in X Spaces. Now, X Spaces are awesome. I think they're good for community building, and I think the people doing it best right now are like, I keep seeing KD and Panos. Hope I'm saying his name right. Panos. I keep seeing these guys hosting the spaces, and it seems like they get new people, real interaction. Seems like people like that. That's why I'm kind of gonna lean into live streams more too. A lot of the pre-recorded videos are good when there's something for, you know, search engine optimization, one, or when you've got like an actual piece of news, like, oh, Richard Hart beating the SEC, stuff that can be evergreen and stuff that you want to broadcast to the entire world. Those are probably worth like a 10 to 15 minute video. But if you're just shooting the shit, if you're not trying to say any one thing in particular, I think spaces and live streams are good, because you actually can talk to people, you can look at people and address their questions. So spaces are getting way more awareness. I don't know about versus YouTube though. YouTube's got all the different niches, right? The thing about X Spaces is when you get sucked into crypto Twitter, I don't know how many people outside of crypto Twitter are getting sucked in. Like, people's algorithms end up pigeonholing them over time. And, you know, I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong way to do everything. It's kind of just like a whirlpool. X Spaces are like a whirlpool, and if you're slowly on the outskirts, the crypto Twitter whirlpool will slowly suck you in like a black hole, and it'll spin you faster and faster. And then, next thing you know, you're a Hexagon. You're a PulseChain community member. There's no escape. But YouTube, I think, attracts an audience that's just browsing for information. It's more educational. I mean, look, Sami's killing the YouTube game. He's had a lot of success with that. And you can make videos about different topics over there and reach new people as well. Like, as an example, Sami's videos about UFOs. I actually think those probably got in more new people than we realize. So, branching out to different niches is one thing that you can do on YouTube, but in X, you can hyper focus on one niche. Both methods work. So, keep up the good work, everybody. BitFinesse says prices don't go up when everyone wants to sell. Prices go up when no one wants to sell. You're goddamn right. These coins capture inflation way better than any job. Let the coins do the work, all is well. I like that. BitFinesse, the Zen crypto master here. This guy's been in hacks basically as long as me, probably even longer in terms of crypto. And right, people, it's reflexive. People only want to buy with green candles. When is that spark gonna come? Might be a couple months. Might be any day now, because there was some news about the Treasury, the US Fed buying Treasury notes, which are like short-term bonds. They bought $20 billion worth. And one of the few tools, the levers that they can pull at the Fed, is they can lower interest rates or raise them to control monetary policy. They can buy back bonds or issue new bonds, or sell bonds rather. Or I think they can adjust the federal funds rate, like the amount that banks have to keep. That was like something that mattered more in the past. I don't think that one really matters. I don't see them like adjusting the reserve requirement much anymore. I don't even think there is a reserve requirement anymore. I think it's zero. But yeah, if you buy back bonds, if you buy treasury notes, that's government debt, you're buying it back with cash. So you're injecting cash into liquidity, cash, same thing, into the markets. You're taking your bonds back, and usually this is associated with quantitative easing. The last couple of times that the Federal Reserve did this, back in like 2012, 2014, even during COVID, they do this in chunks, right? So they would do it in like $80 billion chunks for a couple of months, like $80 billion a month, let's say, for 6 months, and then it would total up to maybe like $500 billion, or in the case of COVID, multiple trillions of dollars. So they're probably not going to go as hard as they went during COVID, because they know what happens, right? They hopefully have learned about causing inflation, but it's not an easy ship to steer. And this 20 billion is hopefully just one of a couple different buybacks over the next few months. Who knows? Maybe it's like $250 billion, $500 billion in total. But this is the stuff you want to see. Lowering rates and buying back bonds makes number go up. Money printer go burr, essentially. Real says, by the way, Sun Mini Meal Nutrition is healthy as fuck, just saying. Let's just look it up. I'm gonna give them a Google. They earned a Google. sunminimeal.com. These guys are launching up their token on PulseChain. Now, this is in German, so forgive me, because I can't read German. But it's basically these little bars that are fully nutritious. They've got like every bit of nutrition. You could probably live off them for a while. I could just translate this to English. What is special about Sun Mini Meal? I had English for a second. Bring the sun into your life. Compare the nutrient content of other foods compared to mini meal. It's economical, helps your wallet, it's good for the environment. They got all the corporate buzzword bingo. I'm happy that they chose PulseChain. It's a smart move. And I don't exactly know what soil does, but look up here on the top. The new soil token can be reached at this contract address. Simply import this address to your wallet. Where can I find more about the token on this website? You'll find soil. Soil is actually doing okay. It's up 16% today. Looking good. Looking pretty good. Alright, Sun Mini Meal, new standard of nutrition. Purpose, just tell me the purpose. You get rewarded. Recommend, oh, so it's like a referral program. You get rewarded in Sun Mini Meal. Could have said that with less words. And it's deflationary. Deflationary. Yeah, a lot of marketing fluff. Deflationary rewards token for referral links. Shout out to Soil Token. Gradual. But draws attention to the gradual loss of fertile soil. It's an environmentally friendly coin. Sun Mini Meal uses 90% less land than the average Western diet. Got complete nutrient supply for the human body. And natural ingredients that thrive under the sun without artificial additives. You know, good to be healthy. I'm into it. I would try them. Price chart actually looks great. Price chart's done, well, that's a 2x, okay. So it's looks sustainable. Sustainable 2 or 3x past year? No, past couple months. Oh, this chart's only 2 weeks old, but I think the coin's been around. Oh, now I remember. The coin had like an issue. I think they had to relaunch the coin or something. And we've got Top Hat in the top 20. Top Hat's up 5% on the day. No, 13. Top Hat's up 13% today. Has the dip bottomed out. Got the Loch Ness Monster formation. And of course, Jeets are going to sell. Some people are going to see that as a buying opportunity. And some people probably just don't care at all. It's okay if you don't care. But this is my favorite meme coin. Still only got 45k buy side liquidity. Also, Top Hat's been liquidity bonded to UFO and PGGC. So if those guys get a revival, I know they had a big crash because partially they were tied to PDI and stuff, but they've done a lot of work. They've proven themselves so far. The Gray's currency, PTGC. So it is an honor to be liquidity bonded with UFO token and PTGC. It means if one of them goes up, they both go up. And if one of them goes down, they both go down. I thought it was a good time to do this bond because they already went down a lot. They had a pretty heavy correction in PTGC. So we'll see if the bottom is in yet. What's up, Dave? Fox Mulder says YouTube is way better than X Spaces. You see what I mean? It's all personal preference. All personal preference. In my opinion, the gem of PulseChain is PTGC. For those that don't believe you don't have all the facts, yeah, Prairie Banana is a good guy to go listen to about that. I like it. I'm bullish on PTGC. And, well, that's because I'm bullish on PulseChain in general. I think it's going to be one of the strongest sub-communities. Hey, we got Hex Thailand. Good evening over in Thailand, sir. Good evening. Crypto Coffee... This fucking Antonio guy says Crypto Coffee reminds me of Denzel Washington. Yeah. The whitest guy on YouTube, everybody. Denzel Washington here. Just my doppelganger. Dave says, Coffee, serious question that might sound stupid but important. Is there a stablecoin on PulseChain that I can keep my funds in until we get a dip? Of course there is. Yeah, there's bridged in DAI, USDC, and USDT. And those are probably the most liquid stablecoins. You can also, I guess, you can hide out in like USDL, you know, like liquid loan stablecoin, asset-backed native stablecoin. You can also buy CST stablecoin that's backed 1-for-1 by dollars at Coast, the exchange Coast. We've got maybe 8 stablecoins, right? 4 native, decentralized, 1 native, centralized, and 3 bridged in, all centralized. Or semi-centralized. DAI is like kind of centralized, but not really. What's up, fellow crypto connoisseur? Hello, Lucky Luke. Hello, Lucky Luke. 7 attack my coin. Well, I don't know, guys. People get insecure and they like to talk badly about others when they're not doing so good themselves. That's my guess. I wish the best for everybody. I just don't care for the drama. It means nothing to me. 1 USDC on PulseChain is not equal to $1. Well, it's almost $1. So Dave, I think you're talking about slippage. When I calculate $1 of Hex to USDC, it says 1500. Oh, hey Dave, be careful that you're not talking about PUSDC. All right, the copied version of USDC is not going to be pegged to $1. Just be very careful about this. I've tried to warn people, like at the beginning when PulseChain first launched. There were people that were trading like their coins around and thinking that the forked copy stablecoin was the same thing as the bridged in stablecoin. When you're on PulseX, let me show you guys. When you're on PulseX, if you want to select the correct stablecoin with actual millions of dollars of liquidity, use the ones in the default list on the top, right? USDC here, or if you search, let's say, for USDT, notice how there's Tether USDT, and then there's USDT from Ethereum. You want the USDT from Ethereum, okay? Tether USDT is not pegged to $1, no matter what people try to tell you. USDT from Ethereum is, this is the right one with all the liquidity. So it's got to say from Ethereum. That means it was bridged in from Ethereum. Hey, Extra says there was a most top hat LP. Oh yeah, I made that. I think I made that, didn't I? If I didn't make that yet, I need to go make that. I was going to do that. It looks like somebody else already did. Definitely good to see most liquidity bonded with all the things, and top hat rather. Liquidity bonded with all these things. Look at all this liquidity bonding we got going on. Obviously the majority is tied to PLS. PLS is the gateway drug. And we've got PTGC and UFO, about 10,000 bucks of liquidity in each. You've got a liquidity pair on 9-inch. You've got a liquidity pair on 9mm. And you've got a little tied to most. Well, it's only 91 bucks. I need to come in with a little more than that. And for some, we've got some top hat tied to Communis coin. Communis. Guys, if you're a Hex staker, a long-term Hex staker, you can mint Communis for free. For free. And Com token is low liquidity right now, but some people really believe in the power of this. So I know there's only, what, like maybe 10, 20K buy side on here. Let's find a longer term chart. Here it is. Now the chart doesn't look great, but it does keep finding this floor, right? So if we turn to the log, looks like the floor is found right around here. And again, you can mint this coin if you have a long-term Hex stake. This coin gets really scarce because it's based off of T-shares. and a lot of people have already dumped it. So I think the people that are bullish on COM realize that there's not many COM left in the hands of the average plebs, because they didn't understand that it was associated with long-term hex staking. And to me, COM is just as long-term of a hold as hex is. I'm not selling my hex, I'm not selling my COM right now. You know what I mean? It does seem low liquidity, I get it, but there is a lot of liquidity over on FUX, PHUX, and that's not going to be represented here. Fortunately, PHUX is a pretty liquid DEX. It's got a couple $1 million of liquidity, but DEX Screener doesn't pick it up, which is why you got to use Piteas, Piteas.io. This is a DEX aggregator. By the way, it's very nice of them to add the Top Hat logo right to the drop down there. Beautiful. Look at all the default coins they have over on Piteas.io. And what was I just going to say? Communis, C-O-M. Yeah, if you buy COM on here, you're probably going to get much more of a better deal, because it's going to route you through FUX as well, PulseX. You don't have to buy COM if you just mint it. So Communis.app. Let me just take a look at this. So for people that like hex staking, hex miners can mint liquid COM rewards. It's an incentive to stake. Right now, I think if you make a max length stake, you get like 10% of that stake's value back in the form of COM. Some people, they're calling it the coupon rate. So it's almost like you get a discount. Now, is it complicated? Does it add complexity? Yes. Can you go follow some people about it? Like Johnny Sachs? Absolutely. You should go follow Johnny Sachs. He's the guy that came up with this concept of the coupon rate and this marketing tactic. Like, I think it's hard enough to onboard anybody to crypto in general right now. So it's really hard, extra hard to onboard somebody into the complexity of Communis. But basically, how you can think of it is a tokenized T-share. So because T-shares are the scarce thing about Hex, COM is incredibly scarce. The COM price climbs high enough, you'll essentially have free 15-year Hex stakes. A man can dream, can't they? The website looks a lot better. It's a token, a reward token to incentivize Hex stakers to stake longer. Anyone that has an active stake can mint their own COM at this website, communis.app. C-O-M-M-U-N-I-S. Coffee, will I ever wear a hat? I need to buy myself a top hat, a real top hat. Hey, thank you for the tip, Nikki B. In fact, let me just write that to-do list right down right now. I need to buy myself a top hat. One thing I was going to do is top hat competitions, meme competitions, and just do a giveaway for whoever's got the best top hat meme, or like best selfie in a top hat. Come on, it's a versatile thing. Slap a top hat onto anybody or anything. Will I wear a hat soon? I don't ever wear hats, but I will be wearing a top hat. On the way home, long shift on work today. Damn, Condor, hang in there, bro. What do you do for work? Physical stuff. Shout out to all the people grinding during the bear. Financial freedom is possible, everybody. Gotta keep the hope alive. When it comes to investing, crypto is the only asset class that makes sense for a regular person to outpace. You could do stocks, sure. You could do stocks. But you're not going to reach financial escape velocity for maybe a decade or two minimum. You have to be putting a lot of money aside to stack up, let's say, $2 million in diversified index funds. So once you got $2 million in there, you can kind of live off that yield if, you know, on average, assuming that most years average to be like 7 to 8% gains. But yeah, that dream is pretty tough for a lot of people. So we need those 10x's, 100x's of crypto. I have bonded liquidity and I cannot lie. Yes. PulseChain coins are undervalued in my opinion. Yes, indeed. Use Gecko Terminal for a better view of liquidity. Yes, sir. Let me try that out. Maybe I should just be using Gecko Terminal in general. take a look at the my new favorite meme coin Top Hat on here. Hey, it's up 15% today. Shout out to the Top Hat community. Brand new. Fucking somebody already launched a fake Top Hat on Solana. The degens on Solana waste no time. You can think of the meme, they've got it. Oh, hey, look at this teddy bear. We've got a Top Hat teddy bearing. Shout out to Mr. B-Roots. We'll see how this goes. If I'm bullish on B-Roots chill power, which I guess I am. Guy's been doing this game for a long time. And it seems like a decent play to have a little bit of liquidity on Top Hat teddy. You're gonna join the meme coin game on PulseChain and you haven't heard about B-Roots, you haven't heard about Teddy, you might want to check it out. How much is in here though? Volume, like where's the actual, oh, it's only 350 bucks. It's not much. It's more of an advertising stunt. I don't know. To me, Gecko Terminal looks very similar to X Screener. Let's check out the daily runners on Pulse Chain. We've got Baron Trump. Baron Trump make it out of the trenches. I feel like Baron Trump came from Pump.Tires, didn't it? That's how you, usually the Pump.Tires coins are the ones that give you those 21,000% because they actually are buying it from zero. Shit. Alright, yes. Got Poofy, touch the Poofy, huh? I don't know how I feel about touch the Poofy. Let's see, launches of today. We had Gork launched. Pikachu, holographic Pikachu. Stupider, that's funny. Case closed, SEC. Not anything that's like too hilarious. I don't know where Baron came from. Baron Trump with a V. Will it rug, everybody? Will it rug? A lot of these coins rug. Would not be surprised at this one. Baron Trump time traveler, Baron Trump expert, Baron Trump for long-term project. You have to say long-term project. You have to tell, I mean, I don't know. Come on. Nikki B says, Communis is a sleeper, the bottom is in. It does look like the floor has been established on Communis, Nikki B. Communis probably established a floor. Oh, Gas Money token is also at a dip. It's about 50% lower than when I first bought in, but it's already made me my money back in terms of, I've held it for like 50, 60 days. And I've already made 100% APY because it pays 1% a day APY, Gas Money token, in the form of PLS. That's why I like it. You know, if I had to pick one on Finvesta, the old reliable, get me more of those core coins. I've been liking Gas Money, and I actually just bought a small chunk of it yesterday, I think, like another couple $100. Why can't I buy Pulse without buying ETH? Well, you can go ahead and use 0xcoast.com. Link in description below, dude. Go make an exchange account at gainpulsechain.com. Check out my my YouTube description. It's in every YouTube description. Gainpulsechain.com is my invite link to the Coast Exchange. And if you sign up for the Coast Exchange, you can just link your bank account. And now, available in Canada, Europe, and the UK. So, congratulations. And shout out to the builders. Red Squirrel's in the chat. Oh, yeah, he was the one that told me to use CoinGecko Terminal. Will the men of the Pulse Chain community be able to afford a robot wife in the future? Hope so. Maybe if you play your cards right. Get yourself Ex Machina style robot. Hey gang, what's up, Luna Sea Point? Kryptonite, hello. Wild SJ, good morning, good morning. GM friends. Archie, Afternoon, sir. Hello, Archie. Looks like a honeypot. Yeah, Baron Trump does look, it does look a little honeypot-ish, doesn't it? Maybe I shouldn't even be talking about it. Suspicious. I don't even know who the dev is or whatever. Yeah, pretty much all the regular stuff on the front page. Investa, member, Hex, INC token, PulseX. How's the Hex chart doing? Wow. Only $1 million in buy-side liquidity on Hex. This is way down from where it used to be. I mean, a couple months ago it was 3 million. Earlier in the cycle it was like 10 million. So liquidity's all-time, I think all-time low. We're retesting some of our previous lows. We did go as low as 1/3 of a penny. I hope we don't have to go back there. Trudging along, just not a great looking chart. Every time we get a pump, it seems to get sold back down. But again, that's forces outside of our control. It's also Jeets. Boy, I sure do wish everybody would just diamond hand everything and not sell. But seller's going to sell, Jeter's going to Jeet. And let's not forget too that there's like 10 to 18 million dollars of stablecoins sidelined on PulseChain at any given moment. So some of these guys are just traders. So they buy when the price is going up, they sell when the price is going down. They're just neutral, right? Buying and selling, creating volume, but not really creating much value. So it's always going to be traders in every ecosystem. We got to remember people trade Hex too. People probably trade Hex on like SEC news and stuff like that, which they can't do anymore because we beat the SEC. How about that? And traders are going to trade no matter what, even though Hex was designed to hold long term. Hex was designed to monetize time, buying and staking. That's why I like it. Protects me from my own psychology. It's literally trained my brain to not sell. Like, I don't think I would have had diamond hands if it wasn't for Hex. And now that diamond handedness has overflown into every other coin. Like with PulseX, I don't actually need staking. I know it's a long-term hold. I'm trained in art of long-term holding because of Hex. So this is my favorite coin. It's still like 30% of my portfolio. It's number 4 today in terms of activity, such. And it's very simple. You mine it, you choose how long you want to mine it for, and you get paid. Longer is better. You get paid in more Hex. The longer the more days that you lock it up, the more yield you get paid. Yield has just been slashed due to probably permanent rolling stakers dumping. Inflation being paid out to regular people has been lowered. Yes, the inflation rate is 3.69%, but how much of that is going to the regular plebs like us? Not as much, because the origin address did a huge massive staking ladder about 2 months ago. If you're new to Hex, that's what just happened. Why did yields get cut? Probably for sustainability. If there's going to be a drawn out bear market, might as well try to shake out the tree and disincentivize people to perma-dump with rolling stakes. I believe it's all in preparation for greatness. I believe Richard, he's got somewhat of a plan, most likely. Sol on Pulse, Keck, Richard coin. How's Solana on Pulse doing? That could be your Trojan horse, guys. Solana on Pulse. Go show those Solana boys the real soul. For a total newbie, what's a super simple explanation of bonded coins? Why does the CA appear to return multiple coins on search? I'll answer the second question first. So the CA, if you search for a coin, right, let's say like Top Hat, and you see all these different coins, these aren't different coins, these are different liquidity pairs. This one is Top Hat bonded to Pulse. This one is Top Hat bonded to PTGC. One is Top Hat bonded to UFO. So they're every different liquidity pool. It has to be tied with a different pair. Or they might be, you might see a different row because they're a different fee tier. You've got like a 0.3% fee tier, a 1% fee tier. You might have different versions of that. You also might have different rows here because of different dexes. Here we see this is Top Hat, still tied with Pulse, but this is Top Hat tied with Pulse on the 9mm network, or DEX. This is Top Hat tied with Pulse on the PulseX DEX. Different dexes, different coin pairings, and different fee tiers. create these different different liquidity pools. But all these different liquidity pools are still offering you the same token, just priced in terms of something else. So liquidity bonding, the simplest I can explain it is, if let's say, okay, let's say one top hat is worth 1 ETH, and 1 ETH is worth $2,000. Well, if nobody trades top hat versus ETH, right? But if Ethereum goes from $2,000 to $4,000, well, top hat is now worth double. Top hat is still worth 1 ETH, still priced in Ethereum terms. So because all these tokens are priced in the native asset, if the native asset pumps, everything else pumps too. Or, and this goes not only for the native asset, but let's say UFO token. Because top hat now is priced in UFO, meaning like one top hat equals, I don't know, 100 UFO or something. And if everyone goes to buy UFO, if they don't care about top hat at all, they just want to go ape into UFO, and the US dollar price of UFO goes up, well, because top hat is priced in a ratio of UFO token, one top hat is worth XYZ UFOs, then UFO goes up, top hat goes up. They drag each other up and down together. They become bonded. Prices go up and down together. Hope that makes sense, everybody. Some people call it Hart's Law. Richard Hart popularized the idea of this, and then the Pulse Chain community really just ran away with it. They basically took liquidity bonding as far as you can possibly take liquidity bonding. Luis Angel, Angel. What's up, Coffee? What's up, Luis? How you doing? Tommy says, but I want Dubai Pulse without KYC and not buying ETH. Well, you can buy it on pulseln.com. Here, let me show you this. Pulseln.com over here. Launch the app.pulseln.com. So you can click on this fiat on-ramp button. You can buy crypto, I think there probably is some level of KYC. You probably have to enter like your phone number and like maybe like your address or something. Then you can swap up to $1,000 at a time over here. Whether it's BNB, Sol, you can I think PulseLN is really good for converting Sol into PLS. Right? You can transfer, let's say I got like 3 Solana, you can swap it for PLS. The limits per transaction are $1,000 over here. So this is one option. Change Now is another option. ChangeNow.io. StealthX.io is another option. You swap crypto for PLS. Technically, it's no KYC if you're just swapping crypto for PLS. But if you want to get your bank money into crypto, it's kind of hard to get your bank money, your US dollars, your euros, whatever. It's kind of hard to get in without some, at least minor form of KYC. Like even MoonPay or Banksa or these on-ramps, these different gateways are still going to collect some information about you because they have to follow the laws in their countries. How do I feel about all these tiny cap yield earning tokens? They earn all the top tokens and cores. You know, there's so many of them, but I just feel like Finvesta has like the first, kind of not the first mover advantage, but it's got more of an authority in the space just due to the fact that it's been around so long and it went up so high, and the developer is like consistent and communicates with his community all the time. So for all these tiny little ones, if you're trying to earn a rewards token in some really, really small cap, low liquidity coin, just be careful. Like, if it's part of like the OG Web Chef community, you're probably okay. But if it's from some unknown people, like, a lot of this stuff is gonna rug, guys. A lot of this stuff that's not core coins, it's either gonna just go down in price and cool off forever, or some stuff will actually rug, whether it's malicious deliberately or whether it's just, you know, bad code or a bad design. Finbear says, hey boys, look like I missed the whole experience again. Replay gang, brother. Replay gang for life. We love round bottoms. That's right, Kryptonites. You know, as much as I love round bottoms, I'm kind of tired of the Pulse Chain one. Let's take a look at the PLS price chart. WPLS DAI. This is the most highly liquid pair. Only $2.1 million in buy side. And it's we had a rounded bottom over here, all right. And now we have another one. 2 in a row. We got the nice butt cheeks formation going here. I wish I would like to finish this butt cheek pattern out. Meaning, go up. Please go up. You don't have to get into any specifics, but if you don't want... You don't have to get into any specifics if you don't want to, but is this the only blockchain I'm interested in? Cornelius? Well, yeah, pretty much. I like Ethereum. I'm very familiar with Ethereum. I'm interested in some other chains. Sure, Phantom, but like, you want to hear about coins in other chains? Probably going to want to go to a different channel. I love PulseChain. Heavily biased, because I think it's got the most potential out of any other chain. And the coins on it too. I know they got people that actually work for their bags over here. That's part of why I like PulseChain. People have more agency. People take it upon themselves to do a lot of the work. Now look, there could be hidden opportunities, hidden gems on other blockchains, but you look at like Cardano and they do like what? A couple $1 million of daily volume, if that. I mean, a lot of the chains claiming that PulseChain is a ghost chain are kind of actually ghost chains themselves. Richard Hart mentioned my name in a past video. Oh, I think he's mentioned my name a couple times. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Richard Hart, and I do my best to spread the word and promote his ecosystem. All single player game over here, guys. I wish there was a mastermind puppeteer pulling all the strings, but you know, really, what PulseChain is a decentralized community. You know, no one's like being paid off. It's just a passion project for a lot of these people. And I think I'm just one of those guys that's been around longest. But a lot of people got YouTube channels. In fact, we can actually go to the pulsetube.com. Pulsetube.com. New website coming soon. What was it called? Coin videos? Coin something? Forgot the URL. I guess we'll table that for now. Liquidity bonding only on PulseChain. One of a kind. Never seen it on Solana. Isn't that weird, Ink Maxi? The Solana guys don't give a shit about liquidity bonding. They do not care at all. They just want... Like, Solana is much closer to an actual casino. At least PulseChain people try to give their stuff value. But, I mean, liquidity bonding is fine when things are going up. As we've seen when things go down, like everything bonded to PDAI crashed mega super hard. People were overly bonded to it. Lamar says, thanks for the explanation. Good stuff, of course. Only way to avoid KYC, says Finbear, is buy with cash from your mate. That's true. You know, you could go to... Oh, man, what is it? Trocador.app? Trocador, Trocador.app. You could also do you could also go to blockblend.io for some level of privacy. Here, buy dollars Bitcoin. Now it says that they're private, but I don't actually know. You got to use Monero. Monero is pretty good for privacy. Go back to pump tires. Batman. Batman and Taxman. Like Richard Hart, Batman? Huh. Alright. I ate the burger. I ate the fries. I am Fat Man. Funny. See if it makes it out onto PulseX. We'll see. PLS is the only chain where the government can't put VCs' heads into a vice to roll back the chain. Yeah. I am not in Spain, Cornelius. No, sir. Let's see. Cryptovideos.io. That's it. Cryptovideos.io. Pretty good URL. You guys want to know what's happening in crypto? Not only PulseChain, but answer that guy's question. I think his name was Cornelius. Wondering if I only talk about PulseChain stuff. Yeah. Mostly. Talk about macro and sometimes Ethereum sometimes. If you want to see everybody, including PulseChain people, these are all the crypto influencers on cryptovideos.io. See who's got scheduled posts. This guy's going live in 11 hours. I'm going live with him actually. It's called the Crypto Night channel. Got Crypto Lark, I don't know, Ivan on Tech, Sami, and you can just see everybody here. Data Dash. Now, personally, I wouldn't follow a lot of these guys, but a lot of them are just generic content, right? Pompliano, okay, you're gonna get the news, but you're not gonna find the hidden gems. Did I hear about upcoming Unity token? No, I haven't. Maybe doing worth doing LP with Top Hat. I'd have to be convinced that it's actually worth it. I don't know anything about it. Arc Hexagon says LOL. Indeed, LOL. It's like a big cup and handle on the daily time frame. EHEX. Oh yeah? EHEX, eh? EHEX. EHEX, where are you? EHEX. Cup and handle? Still have to make the handle part. Look at the handle's not really formed yet, in my opinion. Well, what else is going on in the PulseChain universe? There's an Ethereum update happening. The Pectra update is about to go live, which is going to have account abstraction. Huge, because that actually means the user experience will now suck less for crypto. Like imagine, how every time you have to you're trading a new coin in crypto, how you have to approve the spending limit when you first get to like Uniswap and you want to trade, let's say you've never traded Hex before. You have to approve it and sign a signature and approve unlimited, and it's all weird, and some people think it looks sketchy, which it does, because you're like, what am I giving this website permission to spend all my coins on my behalf? You want to be careful approving limits, but you have to if you want to use basic dexes like Uniswap. Now with Pectra, all this stuff can be rolled up into a single transaction. You can have account abstraction, like a sub account kind of tied to your main account that does all the smart contract stuff in one single step. A big benefit of account abstraction is gasless transactions. That doesn't mean gas fees go away. That means you pay the gas fee in the token of your choice. So one of the biggest hurdles in crypto is, why the hell should I have to buy a secondary coin, trade one coin for another? All right, I want to buy Hex using USDC. Why do I need Pulse? Oh, you need Pulse for gas fees. Oh, well, I don't have any Pulse. Oh, great. Now I got to go buy Pulse and figure out how to get gas money over here. Same thing with Ethereum. Let's say I want to go buy Hex on Ethereum. Well, if I just try to go in there with buy Hex, like I need some ETH first for gas, and it's a surprise for new people when they realize, like, what the fuck? Why can't I just buy this? So gasless transactions means if I want to buy Hex with USDC, I can spend USDC and incorporate that into the gas fee. And behind the scenes, there will be some kind of flipping, some kind of swapping the USDC for the gas fee. But the user on the front end, the end user, does not have to worry about that. All the applications are going to have to get updated to like do this now. But when it works, PulseChain will also get this. PulseChain will also get Pectra. We're assuming it works. The cool thing about PulseChain is that it's kind of like Ethereum is kind of like the testnet for PulseChain. Get to wait and see how Pectra does in the wild, and I'm thinking it's going to be fine. And then guess what? The PulseChain clients will get it. We use the same beacon clients and consensus and execution clients. Geth, Aragon for execution, Beacon, Prism for Lighthouse, and Prism for the Beacon chain. PulseChain is basically as close as you can get to an actual EVM Ethereum clone. Like, it's got very little change other than the full system state copy part and the total supply, maybe some gas optimizations. Seems like a lot of influencers were rugged on YouTube, like Hex Token. Now I gotta start fresh. Hope the devs forked that in. Who got rugged? Damn. How did they get rugged off of YouTube? Hey, if there's anybody watching me on TikTok, shout out to TikTok. You actually have the attention span on TikTok to be watching me for more than 30 minutes. Hats off to you. Top hats off to you, sir. Or ma'am. A lot of women on TikTok. Hit that like button like a ginger stepson. That's right. Hit that like button like it owes you money. Coffee, Pulse Chain's not built for trading. The concept is holding. Sure. But you know what? Other people that aren't us think it's about trading. So I understand the concept is long-term holding. But new people coming in, a lot of times people want to trade meme coins. They're coming in because that's what they're already doing. So if we can meet people where they're already at and then tell them, look, they can chill, that's great. And by the way, all my coins that I do hold, I hold for many months. I'm not a trader myself. Some people are going to trade no matter what. You can't help it. You can't force them not to trade, but you can tell them delayed gratification, long-term holding, and investing is better than trading. Investing is months and years, not days and weeks. So Business English Workshop is correct. You get most of the gains if you're actually able to hold and not going in and out. Now, for me, okay, the occasional swing trade, like multi-month swing trade, maybe. Maybe I feel like one of the altcoins in Pulse Chain is getting a little overheated, holding it for 6 months or whatever, and maybe now it's time to take profit. When I take profit in Pulse Chain alts, so far, I've just been taking profit into PLS or into Hex or into PLSX. I've been able to increase my bags that way too. So there's not like a single way to play the game. Whereas 90% of my stuff is held long term. 10% of my stuff I do analyze like every couple of weeks. Is it time to buy more? Is it time to rotate into something else? But trading is a spectrum, I suppose. It's a spectrum. I recommend doing it not as often. At least that's what works for me. Again, if you found the way to figure out trading, if you're the 1% of people, congratulations. But a lot of people think they're the 1% that can be a good trader, and they're kind of lying to themselves. I lied to myself for 2 years. tried to trade Bitcoin futures on BitMEX, and I didn't completely wreck myself, but it was a lot of wasted time where I could have just been buying and holding Bitcoin. Buying and holding Bitcoin. Epic post from Richard Hart. Uh-oh. Let's go check this out. We got an epic post from Richard Hart. Let's see here. Richard Hart, the founder of Pulse Chain and Hex, said the final judgment is in. It's official. I'll read it to you guys. Richard Hart, final judgment is in. I have defeated the SEC in court, something almost no other cryptocurrency has ever done. Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex have legal certainty that almost no other coins have. I won for your freedom to publish and associate on the blockchain and to publish software that empowers you to do so. I did it with no help at all from the quote-unquote industry that I've won a victory for. It's time for all of us to take it to the next level. The coast is clear for greatness. New opportunities are now open. Congrats, Richard. We've got an official court document, ordered and adjudged that the judgment is hereby entered in favor of the defendants. Remember, everybody, the SEC lost. Not only on lack of jurisdiction, but failure to even state a claim. Thank you, Richard. Huge win. What does this mean? Now we can go hard at the marketing side. Maybe we can go even harder. We don't have to worry about maybe securities-related disclaimer language. If they're not securities, does that mean we can make promises? I don't want to get carried away. But I think there's a lot of green lights. Exchanges can list us. People can talk about us. We can go mainstream. It's only the beginning, honestly. Like, we were kind of handcuffed for 2 or 3 years because of this thing. 2 years, technically. Almost 2 years. Well, not even. Okay, it was a year and 6 months? Wasn't it? Not even 2 years. A year and 7 months, maybe. Hell yeah. Richard Hart. You did it. You're a madman. I heard you can't pick and choose upgrades. The upgrades and PulseChain has not been keeping up with all the updates. What does that mean? Making it hard to adopt just the recent updates as you wish. No, it's like when you update the clients, all the updates come into the version of the client that you use. It is possible that we didn't take all the updates, sure. But if they're good enough, they're worth it. Wild SJ says, the coast is clear, new opportunities are now open. Can confirm. You guys might not know this, but I've got some interesting marketing stuff in the pipeline. You might be seeing some interesting marketing materials coming. No promises. Get excited. Hey, mate, does that mean we can run paid ads? Maybe we can now run paid ads. We're not securities. We're the only crypto ecosystem. Hex, PulseChain, PulseX. What else? Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin, that's it. Those are the only cryptocurrencies specifically named in all these lawsuits that actually have certainty, regulatory certainty. RH tweet is bullish. Yes, mega bullish. But it's not going to happen overnight. What we got pumping today? Hey, we got Top Hat as a top 5 for the day. Top Hat up 18% on the day. Bunch of other meme coins I've never heard of. Mooney, I've been starting to hear of Mooney. Seems weird. I don't know. Chart kind of looks like Top Hat though. All right. Back to the cores. Yeah, nothing crazy on the cores yet. Up 5%. All right. Up 9% on INC token. INC token's very scarce nowadays, guys. Check out the chart here. Look at that. Very scarce because the yield farming. Inflation got cut. Now, if you guys still want to make money yield farming, well, you can do it by providing on PulseX V2. Surprisingly, the V2 pools are still paying out anywhere from 20 to 60% APY, or even higher some weeks, because of all the volume. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to offset your impermanent loss. But if you were already doing it on V1 and you miss it and you want to get back in because you had a strategy that you were sure about, you can consider switching over. Like I switched some of my pools. I was in Ethereum bonded with Pulse on Uni V1. Now I'm not getting any INC, so I moved it into Uni V2. PulseX V2 rather. PulseX V2. Go to app.pulsex.com and let's just take a look at it, guys. App.pulsex.com. You're going to go here. If you do want to do liquidity providing, you go up here, you click the liquidity tab, and you click on V2. V1 is going to earn you INC token. V2 is going to earn you trading fees. And right now you're earning a lot more yield with trading fees than you are with INC token. For example, the DAI PLS pair is paying 10% APY in terms of INC token. Now, maybe you really want to mine INC because you're really bullish on the price of INC. Sure, that's not a bad idea. But if you go to V2 here, we can take a look at the info page, some of these pairs. Look right here. Pulse paired with DAI is paying 16%. That's higher than 10. Pulse and PulseX is paying 8%. Hex and Pulse is paying 11%. This is the fees, guys, the fees over here. Like I said, when volume kicks up, this actually has been as high as like 30-40%. So when we actually get some volume again, interesting that ETH paired with PulseX is paying 15%. What else? Hex bonded with Pulse here is paying 21%, 22%. Ink Pulse 10%. Yeah, some of these core coins. Also, Pulse and Most paying 16%. That's pretty interesting. That might be a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I should put my Most into it. Huh. I think I'm going to do that. 16%, but this can shoot up double or triple, right? When volume gets high, this could be 40, 50%. Wow. Dosed Easy said, sup, how goes it? Pretty good, Dosed Easy. How goes it with you? Final judgment is in, folks. The final judgment is in for the SEC case. Which basically just means Judge Emmon told the court clerk, hey, you know, go write this down, make it official. She made her decision, but now they wrote it down on paper. Which has to happen. Congrats on the huge win. Kirill says top hat is top coin. Kirill, I love your bullishness, man. I love your bullishness. There is a plan. But if I can't tell you the plan. Can't tell you the top hat plan. That would give it all away. Soft show the Pulse conference at the top of the hour. Oh yeah, we do have a Pulse Chain conference, everybody. RH Max. Is RH Max on here? Where is he? See this guy? Cartoon character version. Look at him. Look at him. I'm going to clear out some space for him. Here he is. There he is right there. And this guy has got a Pulse Chain conference coming up. Day one was yesterday. Got 10,000 subscribers. Good job, Max. Dude, everybody's killing it. I remember when Max only had like 1,000 subs. Good job, guys. LOL, you see the Barron Trump coin on Pulse Chain? Yeah, the Barron Trump coin on Pulse Chain kind of reminds me of, I mean, it's kind of got Solana Daily Runner vibes. But again, this could just be a rug. Could just be a total rug. Well, like a standard hit meme coin, like nothing special about it. Gains are gains. Noel Sphinx says aloha. Sun Mini Meal's great, yes. Helgo, look at Helgo chart versus Hex. Okay. Helgo, I kind of slept on. Got $2 million tied with Hex. Similar concept to Sparta. Sparta token is interesting. Sparta token is basically PTGC, but for Hex related. More Hex related. Helgo token, we've got, well, let's see in Hex terms. Wow, chart this in Hex terms. It's gone up a lot. It's gone up 4x. I guess not a lot. 4x is 4x. Good job. Good job on the sustainability, I suppose. No admin keys, DAO-based market making. Helgo, go to meme coin on Pulse Chain. Market maker token, Hex bond liquidity. Hex goes up, Helgo goes up. All makes sense. Farm Helgo to earn Helgo. This is an OG meme. Because there was this idiot man named Helgo back in the Telegram chats with broken English asking like ridiculously stupid questions. Shut up, idiot man. Famous wise words from Helgo. Shut up, idiot man. Hey, Wild SJ, thank you for all I do, Senior Cafe. Thank you for all you do as well. Sing says, congrats, coffee bro. Thanks, man. Congrats on what? Congrats on the win for everybody. Cheers. Cheers on having the courage to stand by your bags, and honestly, it's not easy. I feel like you're the only one in the room saying that, yeah, Pulse Chain's not a scam. We know it's not a scam. The SEC is wrong. But you don't want to listen to us? Alright, I guess we got to beat the SEC in court. Now we did. Richard did. Plan for top hat is greatness. Yeah, lol. Greatness indeed. Interesting that INC the top pumper right now. Refresh the page again. Huh. It looks like that tweet got a little bit of bullishness, I suppose. Pulse Jiu-Jitsu, thank you for the huff. 2,000 huff. What is huff, huh? Huffs. Hungarian forints. Damn. Love a good huff. INC printer, he says, is paying 125% on INC print. Leverage INC at its lows. Inkprinter.com. I think I need to log in with my wallet, which I don't have here. So. Here, let's take a look at the Print token. Print is basically the utility token for this stablecoin backed by INC. We have a stablecoin where you can put up INC as collateral and mint INCD, Ink dollar. At $1 that's always backed by enough collateral in terms of ink. Print is their meme coin token. A lot of times people just dump these tokens because utility is not necessarily in style right now. But if you bond your ink to Print, you take heavy and permanent loss risk. I'm just going to say that right now. But it's paying. You then stake it in a farm on inkprinter.com if you make that LP pair. Bond ink and prints, get a PLP token. Take that PLP to inkprinter.com. Take it for 125% APY. Just because you're getting 125% APY, that means that the price has to not go down 99%. Idiot, man. Thanks, broski. No problem. No problem. Interpol next, then Moon, huh? HV catch replay, sorry. RH Max says the coffee of crypto. Yes, yes. That is indeed my name. Inkprinter.com. Ink is at $1.20. Print is down to 1/6 of a penny. 60% of a penny. InkD is almost at $1. Should remain pegged. There is basically an arbitrage opportunity on all these coins if you want to buy InkD at lower than $1 and redeem it for $1 of ink. But it's kind of an inefficient market. Need more liquidity. Need more volume. Need more users. Really, it's as simple as that. Even liquid loans needs more users. It's so useful, but it's more useful when it has more users. Hey, Ali is the man. Thank you for the $20 tip, sir. Have I checked out the new eHex based L2 FlexNet testnet is active, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, FlexNet Hex layer 2. Let me just Google that because I forgot. FlexNet.tech. This is Dipcatcher's thing. Look. Great website. I'm sure Goldkey designed it. It's got all the... It's got the vibe of, oh yeah, tech, big brain token. People are going to try different stuff to get money on board, but I don't understand how this really... I guess I just have to like... My brain just stops at the fact that this is a totally different network. Now, I guess if you want to speak the language of people that are on ETH that like L2s, if you somehow want to do what they're doing and like gain their respect, I can see how this could be like a Trojan horse to the tech big brain bro communities over on PulseChain. I just feel like, you know, a lot of the alternative networks, hex proof of work, doesn't get a lot of attention anymore. A lot of these, look, they're going to work hard on it. It seems like it's probably actually difficult to spin this up. I'd rather just personally focus on bringing people to PulseChain. Maybe I'll have Dipcatcher on my channel to talk about it. Maybe he's got a take that I'm not seeing here. But we've already fractionalized liquidity so much, and now we're fractioning the chain again. I don't know, man. FlexNet is an L2 rollup based on conduit stack, tight integration with broader L2 ecosystem for Ethereum. Uses wrapped hex as a native gas token. Could put some positive buy pressure on eHex. I hope it does. I hope it does. I don't know. Seems like a lot of work to address a relatively minimal audience. Because I think even the crypto market is exhausted with new L2s. But hey, they can do the magic secret formula of marketing. If they can build something cool and convince a lot of people to use it, of course it has potential. Seamless on-ramps. High performance block explorer. From day one? Powerful subgraph indexing and everything builders need. So it's basically just a chain with hex as the gas. They're going for the look and feel of, you know, every other L2. Like, professional. I see what they're doing. Like a professional look. Hey, we're just like you guys. don't know. I've only got 24 hours in a day. I'm not going to spend all my time on a brand new L2, but if it pumps hex, great. I hope it does. Maybe people will start building on it. Convert your hex to flex. Oh, interesting. Convert your hex to flex. I don't know. Maybe you... A lot of people still just have a negative connotation of hex in the first place. Okay. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be hard to convince them to bridge over buy and bridge hex to a new 2. Look, I get it. I like utility. I like tech stuff, but I don't have a lot of faith that the market is going to care. It's just like the market just cares about degen stuff, meme coins and random, you know. But the market is pretty apathetic as a whole right now. It's hard to launch anything right now. Good luck. Obviously, abundance mindset, if this works out, it's good for hex. Good for everybody. No more Maximus anything. Yeah, some people are exhausted with the Maxi stuff. The Maximus DAO. I mean, this is different than Maximus DAO. Hey, they're selling units. Purchasing units. For like nodes / pre-sale. Got a pretty website. I just really hope this reaches people that aren't already hex. I hope people don't. It's like, we'll see. Hey, I mean, if they dump their pulse for it, at least they have to go buy eHex. Pretty website. Throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Gophers Del Sol was a fail. Yeah, I don't know. I never really paid attention. I had bought Gophers for like a couple days. Sold it. I actually made 50% on it. Ugh. We're all exhausted, man. We're exhausted. Ali's the man says, I'm not doing anything else with my Liquidity hex, so I am happy to have another use case. That is true. Use case for Liquidity hex. There's a lot of eHex bag holders or people that have dumped their eHex. I guess it kind of is scarce. How much yields can you make? How much yields can you make? I'll read about it. We'll see. See if it's got enough critical mass or attention power. Where's my yield number? SNet phase. Lex Labs incubator. Maybe it'll incentivize people to build actual innovations. Real new stuff. I don't know, man. Why not promote something that is not a security? Agree, Bruce Lee. You know what's not a security? Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. That's not a security. Shout out to Coffee. You should jump on our spaces, bro. Maybe. I've got a lot going on. I gotta update my course. I'm going on somebody else's show later today. I spend a lot of time behind a camera, but yes, maybe. Gophers Party team, all derivatives have no liquidity. A lot of the liquidity is on Fux.io, but I hear you. Hex haters might just buy Flex without knowing it's wrapped eHex. Well, they still have to bridge it, right? You can't mint Flex without bridging over your eHex, so they have to bridge it first. There is 0 yields. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard for me to get excited about it, honestly. It's just like, I'm so exhausted with L2s. I'd rather just focus on reaching new people in different creative ways, but I've got some ideas. I'm working on it. Working on my own way. People forget the gas prices on ETH and the bull. Yeah, gas prices probably will get high again. Eventually it'll get fixed altogether. They will get high again. And take a look, guys. Look at the left-hand side here. PulseChain is still top 10. Actually top 5. The only thing with more on-chain real users and volume, Solana, Base, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain. We're even beating Sui today. You know, sometimes Sui is beating us. Abstract is coming up as a contender. We'll see how long they last. Polygon's been up there for a long time. Ton Network has been up there. Ripple Chain, Sonic, Avalanche. They're like top 10, top 15. PulseChain's always up at that top 5 or 6 or 7 spot. Oh, and by the way, did I mention Top Hat's up 18% today? Cheaters are gonna cheat. Hope we can find the floor here. Let's see if we can find a floor. Things are being worked on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun one. Just you wait. What if the cabal was not a whole bunch of cheats, guys? Crazy concept. What if there was a meme coin that didn't rug? If the price goes down, it's entirely on the market. I'm not fucking selling. The bots are always saving us in the rankings. Yeah, but there's bots on every chain though. So if every chain has bots and we're still up there. I mean, of course PulseChain has some bots, but like Solana has way more. Top hat, top notch kind of guy. Always appreciate you, Mr. Coffee. Thank you, Moonmutt. Appreciate you too. KR Russia says FlexNet is trash. Look, I'm not like not drooling over it, but I hope that Mr. Dipcatcher can do some good marketing and explain why it's so good. You do some YouTube videos and collaborations and stuff. What do we have with Pulse X today? I wish HexScout would show the total burned of PulseX, because I gotta go to gopulse.com for that. 7% of PLSX has been burned. If you're new, you don't understand PulseX. The PLSX token is the primary coin. Look at that beautiful. Here's another really cool feature about HexScout. If you tap this camera button, you can share like a cool screenshot of price and all the stats about it for the day. Pretty awesome. And again, if you don't know about PulseX, owning PulseX is like owning a piece of the entire exchange. You're indirectly benefiting by holding PulseX because PulseX buys and burns itself from all the trading volume. So imagine all the, Uniswap's trading volume. Uniswap does $1 billion a day, and $1 billion of volume a day maybe. 0.3% of that is trading fees. Imagine if some fraction of those trading fees went to just buying up the token and burning the supply. Price goes up, supply goes down, and you get to own a piece of that. PulseX is Uniswap with a buy and burn. If you're bullish on Uniswap, or if you're bullish on PulseX, you're bullish on more people using PulseX in the future, that's why you're holding PulseX. You're bullish on people using the DEX, bullish on the volume going up. EHEX bouncing off the 4-hour 200 MA, looks like it's breaking out of the trend line. Okay, interesting. I really like these screenshots. Look at all that. Look at how much dopamine that releases. Click this button. They do that for Pulse? Oh yeah. Look at that. That's awesome. I want to start sharing these screenshots. It's actually way better than PulseX or than gopulse.com. HexScout, if you're listening, the only recommendation I would have is to show the total percent buy and burn for PulseX. It's like the only thing you're missing that GoPulse had. They're running a sacrifice phase and they charge a 3% DEX fee, so not thrilled about it. But they might just rage pump their token just because. They might actually do that. Avidan says, Ovidian says that's next level. Yeah, the screenshots are awesome. I wish it would do that for every coin. Yeah, it's not like another thing that HexScout is more of a portfolio manager. It's not necessarily like a search tool. Let's see if we take the Dream account here. This is not my account, by the way. I think this is Kareem's account. $1 million worth of Hex. All stakes for 15 years. It's actually winding down. Some of these stakes come due in 5 years. Now, I wish, yeah, the one thing you can't do on HexScout is also search for coins. Probably a lot of things you can't do. But it looks beautiful. Good job, HexScout. What else can we talk about? I know who is running the new DEX called PDEX Vision. I don't know who's running that. I probably wouldn't touch it. If that's just basically to pump the P copies, like it all seems a little sketchy to me. It would have to prove itself for a while, and I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why people still care about that. EMX 500 actually up today. I don't know why this meme coin keeps catching my eye. Holy shit. Damn. Should have aped in. Should have put $1,000 in. Job PMX 500. Not terrible. What's going on base chain today? Even just look at base. Look at all the liquidity on base. Look at all the volume. All the volume on base is probably 20 times pulse chain at least. But it's easy to compare yourself to the winners. Let's also realize how many of the losers we're beating. Lots of people losing out to a chain that's not even 2 years old yet. Pulse chain. Lock-in profit says I haven't seen I seen it on Dex Screener but didn't know what it was. Yeah, I think it's a new Dex to like only trade ERC20 copies. I guess there's all these different liquidity pools, sure. I'm not really too interested in all that anymore. You know? We gotta get creative. We're gonna get creative. It's gonna be good. Alright, everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. One last recap. My Pulse Chain portfolio. Pulse, PLS, Hex, PulseX, INT token, Top Hat, Most. Oh yeah, and Gas Money, and maybe some others I can't think of right now. How much EHEX is left? What does that mean? Boost them gas prices high again, bruh. No cap on God. Yeah, man. Get those gas prices high. At least when gas was high, that means the price of ETH is up. I almost missed the high gas fees. Give me those high gas fees again. Makes Pulse Chain look better. Might even make FlexNet look good. Alright. Keep surviving out there. I'm gonna get going. I've got some other stuff to do. See you guys on the next one.